Everybody, Nicole, welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna live stream opening this package that I got from Heropiatefix. So I thought you guys would like to see it. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, go ahead and subscribe down below. It's a little red box, and I think there's a bell right beside it. Just hit that bell and you'll get notified when I upload. Thanks for all the comments on the last story time, you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm working hard on my 10-step inventory. Hey Lori, every night to kind of deal with the guilt and shame that I have from using while I was pregnant with my son and also getting him taken away. But it's all a process, you know. And it's just one day at a time. But I want to always be honest with you guys. You know, I do still struggle with that shame and guilt from, you know, those things I did while I was in my addiction. So let me get something open. Okay. This is from Heropiatefix. He has a YouTube channel too. If you haven't went over and subscribed to his YouTube channel yet, you need to. What are you doing with your life? Oh my God. I love it. Oh my God. It's a keychain with my initials. You guys, he is an artist. Look at my bracelet. It says sober. And you guys see I always wear this bracelet with the crosses. So I'm going to put this bracelet right here. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love it. You guys, look. And it says sober on it. I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, so let's put this one down here and put my one with the crosses behind it. Yeah, Lori. Hey, Jordan. So you guys have got to go watch his channel. It's called Heropiatefix. And then this is my Nicole Pludre keychain. I'm going to put it on my keyring right now. This is so cool, you guys. I love it. It's so beautiful. And just look at that. I mean, that is a keychain. That's so pretty. Look at this bracelet. I love it. Okay. I'm going to have to send him a thank you letter back. So I got to keep his address so that way I'll send him a thank you letter back. Hey, young Byron. Hey. So I love it, you guys. I'm so excited. So if you guys haven't watched my story time yet, I talked about the last time I got high. It's kind of sad, but I figured I would tell you guys about it. I think tomorrow we're going to talk about so we're going to talk about my treatment center experience, I think. I'm going to talk to you guys about how that went when I was in treatment and rehab. And kind of just, I'll give you guys like a day in the life of Nicole in treatment. Because I've been to 6 rehabs, so I kind of, you know, got good at following the rules and stuff. And that was the thing, like I had been to so many treatment centers. Hey, Cindy. I had been to so many rehabs, it was like I had everything memorized. You know what I mean? Like I already knew that I had to go in there and act right. And so it wasn't a matter of like me going into treatment and learning the curriculum, because I knew it already. Like I already knew what I had to do. I just wasn't willing to do it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to stop getting high, I guess. You could, I mean, I hate saying that because I did want to, but I couldn't stop. Hey, Bobby. What's up? I was just opening my package from Heropiatefix. He got me a keychain and a bracelet. with my initials on it. So I had been wanting to get sober. Okay, let me think. Okay, I had probably, when did I first start going to meetings? Okay, not much. You remember when okay, so I first started going to NA and AA meetings. Remember when I told you guys my story time? And I talked about how when I got out of prison, I paroled out to Little Rock. That's the first time I ever been to an AA meeting, was when I moved here to Little Rock. And I started going to them regularly because I was living in a halfway house when I paroled out from prison. And so I would go to meetings here. So that was in 2009. So from 2009 to 2015, I was trying to get sober. So that's about 2009. So that's about 6 years, 5 years. So for the 5 or 6 years, I was off and on relapsing, getting sober again, relapsing, getting sober again, going back to the halfway house, getting out, going back in. I mean, just back and forth, back and forth. And so I wanted to get clean, but it was like I wasn't ready to like totally commit to, everything I had to do it. And even whenever I got, when my son was born and I had to go into treatment to get him back, even then, the first 2 weeks I was in treatment, you guys, I was not ready. Like, I didn't want to be there. I wanted to still use. I wanted to still get high. And I was manipulating and lying. And I was having my fiance sneak Xanaxes into me. And that's the story I'm going to tell you guys about tomorrow. I'm going to tell you about my experience in treatment and when everything kind of clicked for me. So I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I want you guys to tune in to tomorrow's story time. But and I hope you guys understand, like, I'm telling the story times I'm doing and talking to you guys about all this stuff. Like, I don't want you to think I'm ever trying to glorify my drug addiction, because it was horrible. Like, especially the last 6 years of my drug addiction was hardcore. And it was, me and Neil were riding together on the way back today from Eureka Springs, and we were talking about it. And I was telling him, I cannot believe I did some of the things I did. I remember one time driving back from Jonesboro. It was probably a 3-hour ride. And I was with my friend Joe. And we had gotten so high from smoking meth that on the way back from Jonesboro, the whole way back, he was driving my car. I was hallucinating and seeing deers running out in front of the vehicle the whole time. Do you know how when you're nervous and you're in the passenger seat and somebody else is driving and you're slamming and you're slamming on the brakes and you're like holding on to the oh shit bar? Imagine that times a trillion, because you're seeing things that are not really there. And it was my car, so I was freaking out. I was like, we're gonna wreck. And it took us literally 6 hours to get back, and it was a 3-hour trip because I was freaking out, you guys. I was seeing the last 5-6 years of my addiction. That's all that would happen. I would hallucinate and see shit that wasn't there because I would just get so out there. And so I embarrassed myself a lot. People didn't want to be around me because I was a liability. People didn't want to have me hanging out at their house smoking dope with them because I would act crazy. I would call the police on myself. That's another story time. Y'all just don't understand. That's another story time. I'm not going to... I don't want to give it all away because I got so many stories that I can tell you guys to help hopefully deter you from making the same mistakes I did. But let's just say I've called the cops on myself more than once. I'm so glad that I can kind of laugh about it now, because at the time it was not funny. It was not funny, you guys. At the time, I needed those police to come, and they came. They came. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of do this unboxing with you guys and show you the keychain that Heropiatefix sent me. I've got to find out his real name. I got to ask him that. I don't know if he wants me to know or not, but he is such a sweet guy, and he really wants to help people, you guys, and I'm down with that. I want to help people too. I mean, I think it was Cindy that made the comment today, or was it Rosemary? Like, who would get on here and talk about all these personal things? Like, I'm not talking about this stuff because it's like something that I want everybody to know, you know? I always thought my friends were talking about me. Yes, Jordan. Well, girl, that's just so you don't see, like, that would be the next level. If you had kept on going in your addiction, the next thing would be for you to start hallucinating. Believe me. And then you'd be calling the cops on yourself like I did. Like, these are not stories that they don't make me feel good. Okay, so Sai, let me tell you. So let me kind of, now that I have you guys here on the video and y'all can listen to me talking. So in that trailer where I was at, there was, okay, it was an old, nasty, dilapidated trailer. Okay, at the back of the trailer was a room. It was just one, like probably the master bedroom. But we had it as like a drug cave, and there was like a recliner and a big sectional couch in there. And then, so I was on the recliner right here by the door. Then the sectional couch was all over there. And then there was another recliner on this side. And then the TV right here and the door right there. I sat in that recliner. I mean, geeked out for 8 hours straight from the time I got there till like sometime in the morning. It was because I left their house walking at about 2-3 a.m. I sat there, and the way I can close my eyes and see it right now. Do you know what I mean by catapult, you guys? Like, he had something. He had the recliner. My recliner was sitting in something, and there was something pulled back like this, attached right here. And all I was waiting for Sai to do was to come out from underneath the rafters of the trailer. You know how a trailer has a skirt? Well, in this trailer, it was so broke down and nasty and old that there was holes in the wall where you could see down into the ground underneath the trailer, okay? You could hear a hole and then down there. So I could see Sai just popping his head out through this hole, okay? Just like that. With his little beard and everything. I was waiting for him to take this like machete knife thing and cut the string, and then I was going to let go of the recliner and whoo, catapult me through the ceiling of this trailer. I sat there for 8 hours, you guys. I was so afraid. I kept watching for him to pop his head up out of that hole, out of the bottom of the... No fucking lie, you guys. I kept on asking everybody, do you see it? Do you see it? All my friends were like, oh my friends, the people I was around that I was shooting dope with were like, this bitch is crazy. They would ignore me, you guys, because I was out of my mind. So they ignored me, and then eventually, I don't know why I got up, because I was afraid to get up, because I kept on seeing him. I was so afraid to move. Do you understand? Like, I was scared to death. I finally got up, and that's when I went into the living room where Gerald and his the two gay guys were at. And that's when they gave me that Seroquel. And I guess I had been up for so many days without sleep that when I took the Seroquel, I was still really high on meth. So it was like not putting me down. So it was like I was in a state of like the medicine was kind of working and making me like blah, 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 blah. And then these were my God, so bad. One time I was laying down, and I saw a cobra snake rise up and open its mouth to bite me. I screamed. It scared me so bad. Cindy, oh my God. Yes, did I tell you guys the story about the girl when I was in jail in county about her hallucinating the rats that were coming out of her vajayjay? She was going, she was throwing them out. The rats. And she flooded her cell with water from the toilet because she thought there were all these rats. And then it turned into there was ducks swimming in her cell. And she was hallucinating because she was detoxing from alcohol. That's real. That is like how you know somebody has got a real alcohol problem, because you can die from alcohol withdrawal, like going into seizures and all that. So, they gave me because let's get back to this. They gave me the Seroquel, and me and the two gay guys, they were boyfriends. We went and laid down, and I laid down, like I always would lay with them. It was like laying with two girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were just my friends. I went and laid down with them, and I guess I probably lay there for 20 minutes, you guys. It felt like forever. And then I got up and walked out the front door and just took off walking in Southwest Little Rock. Yeah. And if you guys know anything about Little Rock, if you look up Little Rock, like here on HBO special about the Crips and the Bloods, like they made a whole special about it. Southwest Little Rock is a bad part of town. And I was walking out there with a little white t-shirt on, you know, boxers and no bra, looking like a little hoochie mama. And I was hallucinating so hard. I thought I had to be at work. That's why I left. I was like, I gotta get to work. I don't know why I didn't get in my car. Thank God I didn't, because my car was right there parked. And I started walking, and I saw my manager from Kroger. I saw the people I worked with. I mean, y'all heard the story. True story, though. I'll never forget it. Never. But I've had many of those times where I hallucinated. Another time I hallucinated really badly and I called the police on myself, was at my friend Tara's house. I've lost my mind coming off. I was begging the officers to let me in the county jail. I thought I was supposed to have been there. Yeah, Bobby, that's the deal. It's like when we do drugs and alcohol, when we take so much and so much and so much, it's like our minds go crazy. Our minds, like, we lose touch with reality. You know what I mean? And especially if you're like taking things. I was one of those people that would like mix. I would shoot up Roxy, which is a very high power opiate, synthetic heroin, and then I would shoot up meth, and then I would take some Xanaxes, and I was just always like mixing everything together. So I was like always so high. Anyway, and it wasn't because, like, I never want you guys to think I was like doing that because I was like, oh yeah, this feels like. I did it because I fucking had no choice. Like, I felt like I didn't have a choice. I had to do it to like maintain, to feel okay, because I was so afraid of feeling like shit, you know, and going through withdrawal. I just want you guys to know, like, please know that I love y'all so much. Y'all make my nights. Like, I love getting on here and seeing you guys' comments. Like, it's just everything, y'all. It's everything. You guys make me, I feel like I'm actually helping, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm doing something. I feel like I'm kind of like making up for all the shitty shit I did, you know, because I would steal, you guys, and I lied to my family. And my parents moved away to New York because they didn't want to be around seeing me die, you know. So I actually feel like I'm kind of making up for lost time. Yeah, Bobby, it was super scary. And then I had so many experiences coming off, and then I would go right back on. You know, I kept relapsing and kept relapsing. And, hey, Tammy, it's really hard because I hear a lot of people, you know, bash medically assisted treatment and talk about people who are on it like they're not sober. But I got to tell you guys, this is the most sober I've ever been in my life.
Mommy,
yeah.
These were all berries.
Okay.
Well, I think it really takes double A.
Double A. Okay, are you hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, it takes this kind.
Okay, Daddy, will you get some? Let me open them up. Triple A. No, Triple A. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in there.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
They're on the chat. Okay. He just woke up, you guys. We had a long ride back, and this one right here wanted to be all dancing in the car the whole way. And we were like, Nate, fall asleep, go to sleep. And he's like, no, I'm not going to fall asleep.
I need to go through all this mail.
Look at my bracelet that Heropiatefix made me. And my keychain.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, that stands for Neil Pludry, huh?
I thought that was so cool.
That's cool. All right.
Are y'all going somewhere or staying here?
What are you talking about?
Are y'all? You're just staying here, right?
Yeah. Where would we go?
Okay.
Well,
I don't talk to nobody that hasn't been addicted. Oh, hold on. Let me see your comment again. It hasn't been addicted to drugs, period, about addiction. I know, Bobby, because it's like when you're trying to talk to somebody that has never been down that road, it's like talking to the wall. Like, nobody can understand. Like, normal people that don't have the disease of addiction will look at you when you say, oh, I hallucinated and walked down the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they will think you are out of your mind. Matt is awesome. I never needed it because my DOC was methamphetamine, but whatever works to keep one alive and functional, I'm all for it. Thank you, Tammy. I was a polysubstance user, so I was addicted to methamphetamine and opiates. But towards the end, it was like a mixture of both, but it was really hard, the opiates, because, well, that was the part that I got physically addicted to, you know. With methamphetamine, it's more of a mental addiction. Like, you don't go through the physical dependency that you do when you're addicted to opiates. But I will tell you guys, the methamphetamine contributed to all of my psychotic episodes, like my hallucinations and me seeing things that weren't there. Like, that's where it was all due to methamphetamine use. Like, I wouldn't have probably been like that. Well, there was a time where I was on like high doses of methadone that was not prescribed to me. And the reason, again, that I hallucinated on that stuff was because I wouldn't sleep. I would stay up all night on methadone, itching my face and being weird and making coffee. Like, Neil would tell me stories that I came down and made coffee and spilled coffee grounds all over the house. And his mom would find me like sleepwalking out into the garage. Like, I would just be walking around, you guys. Oh, wow, that's awesome, Tammy. Congratulations. Are you new here? We haven't seen you comment very often. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. But it was just all craziness. I'm grateful to not be there today, you know. Like, I'm happy to have my life back and to have my family and to be able to, you know, live a life of purpose, you know. Those people are the one that be like, everything is fixed after you are clean for 3 or 4 days. They don't know that getting clean and staying clean is just as hard as going through withdrawals. Yes, exactly. And what happens is I feel like a lot of people when they're in an early recovery, like I'm talking like 6 months, less than a year sober is early recovery. Okay, even I'm 3 years is early recovery. I feel like what happens is we get excited and we're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do all these things and help all these people. But what we don't realize is how much work we have to do on ourselves. Like, it is so hard to like look inside and realize what a piece of crap I was. Like I was telling you guys that story about being pregnant with Nate and using while I was pregnant. Every time I think about that, like, I go back and forth in my mind about how could I have done that. And I think about if it would have affected him, how would I be today? Would I have been able to, you know, be able to be a mom? Like, what if he didn't come out perfect like he is and I had to like look at him every day and see him hurt like that. Like I wouldn't be able to live with myself, you know. And but when I was in my addiction, like those thoughts never crossed my mind. I'll tell you, I would justify my using by saying, oh, well, I'm not going to use Xanax because I know that could harm the baby. But I'll just go ahead and shoot up meth every day, all day, you know? And it was just, it's hard to think about that whenever, you know. But I know it was because I was sick in my addiction. Like, I know that now, but at the very beginning, it was really, really hard to even talk about it. Like, I couldn't even talk about it before. I would break down crying worse. Like, right now, I'm not. Like, I just got teary-eyed, you know, but I would bawl my eyes out. Those people, okay.
You want cheese?
I just got a new phone. Haven't been on in months. Okay, I was on 2 of oxys a day plus alcohol and Xanax. I went through a 10-year addiction to crack. My youngest daughter was born addicted.
2.
I know, and I'm so sorry that happened, Elisa. Like, was my biggest fear because but it just didn't. That is another thing, like, I should share with you guys. Like, my son should have came out all kinds of messed up, you know, and dependent on drugs. And he came out perfectly clean and sober, and nothing was in his system. And it was a miracle. Like, there's no way that should happen. Like, when I gave birth, I was under the influence, and I used up till the day I had him. And so it was really just a miracle. Like, I can't even explain it to you. Like, it was a miracle.
Let me peel this off, Nate, and then we'll go.
Here you go. I'm going to get out of y'all's way.
Oh, we're about to go upstairs.
Anyway.
Peeling my orange.
It was a miracle that he came out and was healthy and not dependent on any kind of substance, because he should have, like, I can't even, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even explain it to you guys because it was impossible to happen. Like, you can ask Neil. Like, he should have been running laps around that hospital, okay? And he was completely perfect, y'all. Perfect. And so that was the first time that God, like, kind of showed himself to me in my life. Like, he was like, yo, I'm real, and I'm trying to help you change your life, you know. But I thought, oh, well, I'll get sober. I have a baby now. And so for the next 3 months, I was like white knuckling it, trying to stay on track. And I had postpartum depression, and I was not taking showers. I mean, it was just, it was hard. And then I relapsed, you know, and that's how the whole cycle happened for the next year until Nathaniel was removed from my care. It was just, but it was like, that was the first time that my higher power was like, yo, I'm here. Because it was a miracle that my son was born clean and okay, not dependent. So, anyway, I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to chat with you guys for a little bit and show y'all what Heropiatefix sent. But tomorrow, we're going to talk about, tomorrow's story time is going to be about my experience in treatment. Okay. I'm going to give you guys like a day in the life kind of rundown.
This and this.
I'm going to take you through everything that I went through. I'm going to take you through how I felt when I got there. I'm going to take you through the thoughts that were going through my mind, everything, because it was a lot. And that was the turning point for my life, was when I went to that 30-day treatment center. That's when everything changed. So I hope you guys will watch that video tomorrow. And I hope y'all understand how much I appreciate each and every one of y'all's support. It's like freaking awesome. It's so cool. And I love talking to you guys and just getting on here, and this is awesome. Like, we should do live streams from now on. If you guys are down, I'm down. I usually go on to Facebook and do live streams, but if you guys are going to come on and be part of it, I would love to do it here with you guys. So let me know down in the comments. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. And if you're not friends with me on Facebook, what the hell's wrong with you? Come over to Facebook and Instagram. It's just at Nicole Pludre. Same on Facebook, but my maiden name is my Facebook, but you can find my page. I got a Nicole Pludre page, and then I have my maiden name, Nicole DeMayo. So, but you can find me. It's not too hard. I hope you guys have a great night. Just remember, you can do this if you're struggling with your sobriety or you're just having a hard time. Just remember, it'll pass. Like, I have to remind myself all the time, like, because I go through these like depressions, you know, where I'll be sad and I'll be feeling some type of way about all the things that I felt like I should be accomplished already, but I haven't because of my drug addiction. And I just have to remember, like, I went through all that so I could do what I'm doing now, so I could give back, you know, and help other people that are struggling. So tomorrow I have to go to my therapy appointment, and I've got to go to work. And so when I get home from work tomorrow afternoon, I'll upload the story time about rehab. So y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.